Well, good day now, everyone. We're gonna play actually a quite old game. This is Thief, the Gold Edition. I'm not really sure how the Gold Edition differs from the original release, but you can tell how old this game is both by the date down here in 1998, and also the fact that there is actually no widescreen support as far as I know. Or apparently there is, but it's not actually in widescreen. So, I don't remember that being there. I downloaded a fix that I think maybe added widescreen, but it doesn't seem to actually be working. It's not really a huge deal. It would probably just like really stretch the screen and make it look ugly anyway. But this is a game that I used to think was really cool, but I was honestly afraid to ever really get far in it, because it is a pretty creepy game. Anyway, I'm gonna start a new game. I'm actually gonna skip the training, but I'm gonna click on this just to show you the intro, because it kind of gives a like short forward to the character and like the story and everything. So yeah.
I was a kid. No parents, no home. Running messages and picking pockets to keep my ribs from meeting my spine. One night I saw a man. Folks just passed him by like he wasn't there. I thought he must have something valuable, so I snuck up on him and made a grab.
That's not for you.
Please, sir, I'm hungry. Don't tell the Hammers, I promise.
What is your name, boy?
Garrett.
You have talent, lad.
Let go of me, old man!
To see a keeper is not an easy thing, especially one who does not wish to be seen. We have a need for those as gifted as yourself. If you've grown tired of how you live, then follow me, and we will show you a different way.
Leave me alone!
As you wish.
I caught up with him just before he vanished into the crowd. It was the beginning of a very long education.
Alright, so that was a little intro. I'm just gonna exit out of the training once it loads. I downloaded a fix that did a number of things. It changed... Alright. It changed some of the textures so that things look a bit better. It still looks like a really old game though. But one thing I noticed is it seems to make the loading screens longer than they originally were.
I have a simple job planned for this evening. Break into a guarded mansion, steal another fat nobleman's priceless trinket, and leave quietly. Lord Bafford is out of town, and rumor has it that the captain of his house guard went with him as a bodyguard. The time is ripe for a bit of burglary. The front gate of Lord Bafford's manor is always guarded, and the main street is far too exposed. But Cuddy tells me there's a better way in, around to the side, more out of the way. One guard, and likely no witnesses to complicate matters. The piece Cuddy wants is a scepter. Silver, jewels, the usual adornments. It should command a high price. Bafford, like most of his kind, probably keeps his treasures on the top floor of the place, close to his heart, and far from his servants. No point in waiting. I have Cuddy's old sketches of the place, and everyone who's going to be asleep inside already is. It's time to begin.
So basically, if you didn't quite get it, this guy, the main character, his name is Garrett, and he was just sort of like a pickpocket on the street trying to survive before he was found by the Keepers, who are like this group of people, like a very secretive group, who are like experts in like stealth and that sort of thing. And so they trained him, expecting him to become like one of their disciples, but he just kind of pulled the wool over their eyes. He accepted their training, but he decided to make use of their skills just to be a better thief and kind of work for himself. There are different difficulty settings, which not only make the enemies tougher, but also adds more objectives. And I'm gonna try playing on hard for the most part. I'm not gonna do expert or whatever it is. Yeah, it makes it a lot. I've tried like half of the first level on this difficulty, and it really wasn't a problem at all. So I'm just gonna try this. It's like the normal difficulty, which is actually the easiest. It's just too basic. So this is what I'm gonna try. We're gonna continue. You also start off with less equipment, I noticed. Like, I think you might normally have like 20 of these water arrows, so I'm actually going to buy just a couple. I don't really need anything else. I don't know if I'm even going to use that many of those. I had to switch up the controls because they're a little weird. If you want to stand out here and listen to these guys, they have kind of a funny banter going on. I'm just gonna ignore it.
Too many to try to get by here.
Basically, this game was one of the earliest sort of like stealth games, or at least like first-person stealth games. Encourages you to stay out of sight, like in the darkness, and stay quiet by moving like slowly and taking care not to walk on loud surfaces. See, for example, I'm hiding in the shadows. Even though it doesn't look that dark, it's dark according to the game. That guy didn't see me, but if I was running around in the light, going like full speed, then he would hear my footsteps and he would also see me. A little indicator on the bottom is how visible you are, and you just kind of have to pay attention to your own footsteps to judge how loud you're being. Basically, walking at the slowest pace, which is crouched and just walking, not running, gives you the best chance of avoiding being seen. Combat in this game, even though you have a sword at your disposal, is extremely difficult, and it's made that way. It's trying to discourage you from actually fighting and killing everyone. And in fact, one of the objectives here is not to kill any of the innocent, like, servants and stuff. You can harm the guards, it doesn't really matter. There's a guard over there. I don't think he will attack me because I'm out in the streets, not in the, in the castle or anything. I don't think he comes all this way, but basically the idea is to, since fighting him is really hard, but actually knocking him out is not difficult, you want to try and sneak up on him and, club him. The reason I'm taking care of this guy, it wouldn't be that hard to get around him, but he might get in the way later, so I'm just going to take care of him now. I'm just going to have to wait here, wait for him to come back. And then bring the pain. So, like I said, I've never gotten far in this game because it kind of scared me when I was a kid. Because there are some creepy things, like creepy enemies you face later. And basically the first mission is the only one I've ever gotten through completely. I tried using cheats to get ahead back in the day, and that was just kind of shitty. I think he will see me anyway, but he won't really give a shit when I club him. Until I club him, at least. But one club will knock him down.
How's it going?
See? And then he's down. You can hide the bodies if you want. No one's really going to come this way, so it's not a big deal. So the reason I did that is because there's another guard up ahead, and this guy likes to walk past him. So, and that guard up ahead he's got a key I need to take. And they both see me, and I get kind of screwed. But the easiest way to get around is through the sewers. Alright. Now, despite being called Thief, one of the complaints of a lot of reviewers is you actually don't spend a whole lot of time actually stealing anything. But the game does, if you play on the harder difficulties, does encourage you to try and find loot. Like that. Like my objectives, wherever they are. Grab 350 and loot while you're in the manor. I don't know if what I just picked up there even counts, because I'm not inside the manor yet. But basically, I'll explore around. That encourages you to actually explore as opposed to just go straight for the gold. I guess you are going for the gold. But, I mean, just go straight for the final objective. Now, here's the guy in question. He's a little drunk, so not too much to worry about.
Could you possibly be any more helpful?
Just sneak his key. He has no idea. Close the door. And drop down. And we gotta go this way. Still don't know if this counts as being in the manor, but there is some loot you can find in a side passage here. And down we go. So although this seems like it might have been an impulse thing, I've actually been planning this for a little while. I plan on doing all 3 Thief games eventually, and there's supposed to be a 4th one coming out. We got some spiders here. They're a little creepy, but they're not hard to deal with. You can't, for some reason, it seems like if you're more than halfway in the water, you can't use your weapons, even though you can actually take them out. Well, we're safe here. Kill this bitch. The other bitches don't seem to really have any idea. We're just gonna shoot him. Ah, he jumped over it, little brat. What the hell is he doing? Alright. Jesus Christ, they're twitching out like crazy. And he's dead. Snatch something.
Since I'm in here, I might as well pick up something for myself.
Anyway, so Thief 3 is one I'm actually interested in because I'm pretty sure the developer Looking Glass Studios went like bankrupt by the time that was released, so it's a completely different developer and also an extremely different play style. It's all third person, is stealth oriented as far as I know, but I'm not entirely sure what it's like because I've never played it.
Inside at last.
But this was kind of like a revolutionary game for its time.
I've been thinking.
You don't usually see games from that day and age.
What's wrong with us?
Which
Well, we're fine. But I've been thinking we should watch the outside.
like first-person stealth things, which take advantage of things like the environment for the purposes of stealth. Like you don't want to walk on a metal surface because they'll hear you. You don't want to stay in the light because they'll see you. And that was just kind of ingenious for the time. Gotta sneak past these guys. It's not terribly easy. Actually, before doing this, I actually played through most of this first mission. I had one instance where I was trying to hide from this guy and I couldn't find a good hiding space, so I ended up hiding behind like a pillar in the middle of a lit up room. And he walked past me. He was just kind of, is someone there? I can't tell. The AI can get a little weird. It's like they don't always, you know, if they see something suspicious, but it's not directly in their like line of sight, they don't necessarily like try to investigate. So I think this guy's coming back from the left here. And when he comes back in the other direction, I'm gonna try and club him. Thankfully there's a quick save feature. And just wait for him. And try to sneak out and club a bitch. There we go, he's dealt with. Oops. Pick this up. I don't think the other guy ever comes this way, but it's good to hide the bodies anyway. And the other guy is going to be down here to the left somewhere. And we're just going to try and be quiet. You can see it's a bit more lit up in this place. But there's a way to deal with that. There we go. I'm not sure that was totally necessary, but we'll do it anyway. And you can use things from the environment to distract people, like this.
Someone making noise?
So you heard that, and he's gonna come in and check it out.
I'll find you! Just you wait!
And I'll sneak up on him. Just doing a double tap there to make sure he's down. Pretty sure one hit will always get them. And we just hide him too. Not really necessary, but we'll do it anyway. It's good to get in the practice of that. Music gets a little freaky. Flash bomb. I've never actually used one of those before. The setting in this is pretty interesting. It's like a steampunk kind of, like half steampunk, half fantasy setting. You know, you got swords and, you know, bows and arrows. But at the same time, there's some sort of like primitive electricity and all that kind of thing. And it's pretty interesting, pretty unique. But it's got a somewhat horror kind of theme going on. There we go, we got some loot in there. And a vase. As far as I know, there's no real way to quietly put things down, which is a problem. It's like if you accidentally pick something up, you kind of gotta chuck it, and that'll get someone's attention whether you wanted to or not. So I kind of have to take it out of the room and get rid of it. Now the objectives say you can't kill any of the servants, but I don't know if that necessarily means you're not allowed to knock them unconscious. But they're not really that hard to avoid. The only other servants are like in this room. Actually, there is one other one who might make things hard. He's like standing in the kitchen somewhere. And it would be much easier to do this if I could just get around him. I don't really remember where this leads. Oh, this is out here. Where does this go? I hear a drunk guy somewhere. Let's see. I guess we should do some exploring, see if there's any more loot to find. Some boxes. Don't look like there's anything in here. So I gotta get this on my way, but there's no way to just kind of gently put it down. I gotta chuck it. I think that guy heard it, but he doesn't really give a shit because he's pissed drunk. Let's see out here. Whoa. I think I know where I am, but this is not the direction I usually come from. Okay, deal with that. Actually, I think if I just go up and to the right here, then that's exactly where I need to go. I need to be careful because I might need to explore and oh shit, there's a drunk guy. I hear someone coming. Shit, this isn't where I want it to be. I got a plate. I don't really. Bah! I didn't mean to do that. There's some food here. I'm not really sure what kind of advantage those grant you. I hear people walking around, so I gotta be cautious. Shit, 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 shit. Yeah. If you get seen, you're almost screwed, because it's really hard to do any, like, sword fighting in this game. I don't think that guy comes up here. I'm not sure how I deal with him. I'm pretty sure he just kind of wanders off somewhere. I'm not really that invisible right there. Here's a good spot. Yeah, that guy just... Unfortunately, he seems to spend a lot of time in this area. Let's try going. I hear footsteps this way. I don't think I want to go that way. I'm pretty sure this is the main gate. Or maybe it's just a way out. This might be the way to get back to the streets once you're done. Yeah. Alright, so it's a good idea to have this open. Let's just take a look around. Plan my escape route. Not really sure where this goes. There's a gateway over here that's barred. I don't think there's any way to open it. I don't think there are any guards patrolling around here. Basically what I'm gonna try to do with this series is do like one mission per video. Maybe I'll split it in half if it gets long. The first mission shouldn't take that long, but I honestly don't know how long it's been since I started. Whatever. Looks safe out here, so we'll go back inside and finish our job. Check the objectives again. Okay, so I guess if I succeed in that, it'll check it off, so... I'm not really sure what happens if you actually fail one of those objectives. Maybe you get paid less or something, or maybe it just doesn't count it and you have to start over. So as far as I know, it doesn't just boot you out of the mission. It would be in our interest to deal with this, so we'll do that. They seem to be unseen here, so I'll just chill. Oh god. Patrol slowly. can get up here. Yeah. I believe this will take me where I need to go. There's a chest there, so... Oh god. Oh god.